So it's a gloomy wintry day, about 18 degrees, but it feels a lot colder because the wind is a bit cold. So anyway, at the moment I'm staying in the main house, the big house, because I have guests in my cottage. But I'm walking down to try and make friends with Cosmo. He is a little bit unfit, and I want to really try and get him fit and train him up, get him used to me. He's not used to me. Gradually, every day, do something with him. And the idea is to eventually get him on a cart, because he's already been trained for a cart. My sister went to the extreme expense to get him trained, but we don't have a cart, so in the meantime I'm going to just try and get him used to me. And yeah, he's a bit naughty, as I said, because he bit my mum really badly and wouldn't let go. And then when John tried to get him to let go of my mum, he tried to double barrel him, so he's a bit naughty. So yeah, he needs a little bit of disciplining. So there's my brother's house. We call that the Georgian house, and it's pretty obvious why. And he loves his lawn. He's got a really big, expansive lawn. So I'm just about to go down to the shed and get Cosmo's halter and take him out for a little walk. I'm also going to go and attack the netting that's up around the shed. Really good. Yeah, good boy. Oh. Cosmo and I are becoming friends. It took about 45 minutes to walk from his paddock all the way up here, because I had to stop every 5 minutes and reward him by letting him eating a bit of grass on the side. I'm going to try and get to know him every day, a little walk, because he bites and he kicks. So I have to be really calm around him and keep him very close to my body. So I hold his halter. But right now I'm up in a separate little fenced off area. I'm not letting him completely go because I don't trust that I'd be able to catch him again. But he's very happy chomping away on this grass. And I took him down this little embankment here, so I'm a bit protected if he decides to turn around and try and kick me. But he's not going to do that, are you? Hey? He's been really good, actually. So yeah, we're having a nice time. So Cosmo is a miniature horse. He's not a pony. I mean, strictly speaking, anything under 14.2 hands is a pony. But a miniature horse has sort of horse proportions, and whereas a pony would have a sort of thicker neck probably and a more stocky body, although he is still a bit stocky at the moment. The thing with these miniature horses is they are prone to overeating. They sometimes have dental issues, but yeah, they're very prone to getting obese. But he is doing really well. He's lost quite a bit of weight because Mum's had him in a paddock and that's not got much feed, and she's had him on a bit of a diet. But I'm giving him a few treats while I'm getting him acquainted to my commands and having me around. So Cosmo is 17 years old, even though he's little. And these miniature horses, if they don't get too many health issues, will probably live to about 25 to 30 years. So he's got a bit of time ahead of him. Certainly enough time to learn a few things. So I've just let Cosmo go for a while. I'm leaving the rope on him so I can get him easy, because this lets me get on with some work. This particular shed is going to be my art studio, but first of all I've got to try and clear up some of this really heavy growth. See, this netting here, this was once upon a time over some fruit trees, but it's so overgrown. I've got to try and free it up and then prune back this tree. I think this is a mulberry tree, but at the back there is a fig tree. So I'm going to try and cut off all this netting, free it up, and do something about that tree. Well, I didn't get any work done because as soon as I went round the back of the shed, Cosmo came round to see what I was doing. And as if he was saying, well, you know, I don't know this place, don't leave me. So I took him out further to another patch of green which was more open and walked away to do some work, and he didn't like that either. He still came back looking for me, so I'm going to take him back now. I mean, he's been so good, haven't you, boy? So yeah, he's not 100% happy for me to just let him wander around. So I'm going to start heading back with him now because he's also getting a bit antsy, and I don't want to ruin this such a good start. Don't bite me. So we're going to head back now because it's actually raining, so I put my gloves on so that if necessary I can put my weight behind him. Well, I think he's going to be pretty good. He might get a bit frisky when we get close to where he knows. So yeah, I'll let you know how he goes. I got to put my gloves on in case he wrecks me. So as expected, getting back was much faster than going there, which is pretty normal for horses who haven't been out much. Take them out and as soon as you turn around to go home they are in a hurry. But he was pretty skitty. The first 10 minutes as we started, he didn't want to cooperate. So then he started rearing. I had to hold the side of his that's why I had my gloves on. I had to hold the side of his halter, which is a little bit dangerous. He's pretty strong. He could break my fingers, but every time he reared up really high, I just put my weight on the rope and pulled him down and just stayed really, really calm. And he did that about 5 or 6 times, and then he stopped doing that. And then all the way back, he wasn't too bad. We had to pass the car with the dogs barking at us. They could have done without that. And then coming in the paddock, the sheep thought I was mum, so they started running at me, which was I also could have done without that. But once I talked to them, they realized it wasn't me. They just stopped running, and Cosmo was fine. And then I walked him into the yard really well. He was very good, and now he's having a treat. So see how it goes tomorrow.